Mayoral races in the Twin Cities will also be seeing three-way contestants. In Bloomington, Mayor Mboka Milambwe wants a second term. His challengers are former state representative Dan Brady and former Pekin City Council member Cody Hendricks. In Normal, Mayor Chris Coos is looking at a sixth consecutive four-year term. He's being challenged by Kathleen Lorenz and Kimberly Harris. For more information on these races and others, go to 25newsnow.com.